What's happening, YouTube? It's Kamiya405 live from the 405, where I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers. Now let's kick this off with this classic racer, Ridge Racer. Love this game. Loved it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I know that they're doing, Namco Bandai is doing Project Cars and all that, but man, this was my jam back then. But anyway, let's talk about this Sony PlayStation Paris show. Give you my thoughts. Now, I won't go into full detail about it. We'll do that Friday night on the GRG podcast. So make sure you check us out, man. It's 8. It comes 8:30-ish Central Time. I think it's like 9:30-ish Eastern, and West Coast I think it's like 5:30, whatever. I don't know. All them damn times. Regardless, let's kick to it. Now, before I get into the meat and bones of the PlayStation show, I'm just going to say this right now. The pregame, if anybody told you that the pre-show was good, or that it was fire, or that they wanted all those games that they shown, check their temperature. Make sure we do have an epidemic of opioids, and so maybe some of those people were taking them because that show was trash, garbage. There was a lot of multiplats. It was cringeworthy. The people was trying their hardest to try to sell this, but the games just, when they started off with Guacamelee, and Guacamelee is a cool little game, but you knew it was done, finished. But there were two games that I would say that had my interest, and that was Hong Kong Massacre, and then there was a VR game that looked pretty cool. Now, I'm really not big into the VR, but if I ever get one, that game I would look at, it was called Sprint Vector, something like that, or Velocity, whatever. It was cool. So, to the meat and bones. Of course, they started off with Ghost. Game trailer looked fantastic. Looked dope. Old Japan. Anytime you do guys that samurais and swords and all of that, really good trailer. And it was made by Sucker Punch. A lot of PlayStation fans were talking about this game. Well, not particularly the name of the game or what the game was going to be, but Sucker Punch making a game. And this looks pretty good. The only concern that I have is that I just hope it's not a Neo clone or a Dark Souls clone. I'm kind of tired of that. You already got Neo, which is perfect. You need to go back to the hack and slash. Give us something that's Ninja Gaiden-like. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Ninja Blade. Give us that. Good hack and slash. Make it tough, but let's not have it to where you got overgrown creatures that you got to fight for a damn hour just to beat. Let's get to it. Let's just get on and do some hack and slash. Okay? Then we move on to a game called Erica. Now, it's funny to me because a lot of people say that it wouldn't sell on the Xbox, and I beg to differ because everybody loves Telltale games, and it's the same type of premise. It's just that graphically they're not as strong. And Erica reminds me of a game called Shift. I played that game. I need to put it on Mixer because it's really, really a fun game to play. I beat it, but there's a different scenario, so I need to go back, and I probably gonna have to put that through Mixer and let you see me and help me do pick decisions and things like that. But this is one of those games, and I've always talked highly of Until Dawn. Love that game. So yeah, that's another one of those games that I think is cool. Also, Detroit got back on my hit list of games that I'm intrigued for. I'm like, okay. The E3 situation, I don't know what that was with Detroit. It was bad. It made me like, I'm not interested. I don't care anymore. And of course, he popped off and said something about PlayStation games or whatever. Okay, he's stupid. But regardless, the game, that trailer looked fire. It looked really good. And I hope that game lives up to the bill because it's kind of got that similar feel of Heavy Rain, things like that. You also had Shadow of the Colossus. That is a masterful remake. It's no joke, Jack. And if you've played Inko or any of those games like that, this was the successor to Inko, and it was cool. I never beat it, but I played it back in the PlayStation 2 days, and it's a cool game for what it was. But this looks graphically beautiful. I definitely want to get my hands on it. And it's up there to me, kind of like with the Halo Master Chief Collection, with just the way they put their blood, sweat, and tears into that. It looks great. So that was kudos. God of War, Look, guys, I'm nervous. And before you try to rip me in the chat, that's fine. You can rip me all you want to. But if I'm right, the people that's ripping me about how I feel about God of War, you better come back and just say, Mega, you know what, bruh, you was right. Look, these snippets is making me nervous. If people think that this is going to be the old way of how God of War was, where this dude is kicking ass and doing all that, it's going to be more story driven. And there's really nothing wrong with that, of course, but the stories was already fantastic on God of War. It's just, you know, every platform, every console needs that kick-ass character. Master Chief is that kick-ass character, hashtag save lock. And then you also have Kratos. Kratos is that dude you walk in the room and you know this dude means no joke, son. He looks fire. And you got him with this kid and he's, oh yeah, get that. Yeah. Good boy. Yes. No. No. Like when I seen that trailer at E3 with the Leviathan, I'm like, oh yes. And then you hear him say, I want to help you and the child. Here's a key that comes out of my mouth. What? I want to cut you to the white meat. I don't want you to help me. I want to kill you. Look, now if the Leviathan came and grabbed the little boy and you have to go and find him and rescue him, and you know, and that's Kratos' son, that's what I'm talking about. And you got this new rebooted story and it's going to get deep. Oh, yes, but I'm nervous. And trust me, I'm a huge fan of the game, but well, of God of War, this is the series, the franchise. But man, I'm a little nervous. Another game, Monster Hunter, that's going to be a multiplayer. I'm not going to talk about the multiplayer. And then there was the big one, which was the bad boy, The Last of Us 2. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of The Last of Us, but this trailer was so good that it's going to make me just say, look, I'm going to go through the parts that I'm not really feeling and then get to the meat of it and say yes. Because that trailer was fantastic. And I know a lot of people felt not at ease behind it because of the fact of what was been going on with Naughty Dog regarding women and things like that. And it made people feel a certain kind of way. But just for entertainment value, it looked great. It looked fantastic. And the guns on that chick, jack, like, whoa. Don't let her put you in a headlock and don't let her swing on you and connect. You might be in trouble. But regardless, that looked fantastic. So overall, the show for me, it was I say an 85. I'll give it a solid score for presentation. Look, these were trailers. And I understand Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man, I don't know. But regardless, for presentation, for showing these trailers, it was great. I thought it was fun to watch, but of course, we didn't get to see true gameplay. And therefore, I give it, like I said, an 85 for trailers. And of course, there were games that we've already seen. But when you get these PlayStation guys jumping up and down and they go and they say the same things over, oh, it's over, it's done, games, Xbox got no games. Oh, okay, you're just showing the same games, you're regurgitating the same stuff, but you got a couple of sprinkles of new stuff here, and the trailers looked good. So I'll give you that. But on to my Xbox news, right? The enhancements of these games on the Xbox One X are the real deal, people. They were just talking about The Witcher and the things that was going to be coming on The Witcher, and basically it was saying that it's going to have higher quality shadows, ambient occlusion, texture filtering, and higher resolution textures for all-around boost performance as well on the game. Man, like they're getting these enhancements is no joke, and it shows you how powerful that the Xbox One X is going to be. And man, this is a really good time for the Xbox brand, and this is a good time to be a gamer because everything is looking good right now. Want to hear your thoughts? Peace.
Riding with the boys and girls and we're high. All we want to do is have a good time. Young, wild, and reckless is how we live life.